We've all had that feeling before. That eerie sensation that someone is watching you. A shadow in the corner of your eye. A sound you swear you heard. But when you turn around, no one is there. Or at least, that's what you think. Here are 3 terrifying real-life encounters from people who thought they were alone. But they weren't. 1. The cabin in the woods. 2 friends, Mark and Jason, decided to go camping in a remote forest in Washington state. The area was known for being isolated, perfect for a weekend of fishing and hiking. On the second night, they built a fire, sat back, and enjoyed the silence. That's when Jason said, "I swear I just saw someone." Mark turned, but there was nothing. They laughed it off. Probably just their imaginations, right? Until they heard footsteps crunching in the leaves, coming from all around them. They shined their flashlights into the trees. No one was there. But the footsteps kept moving closer. At that moment, they heard something even worse. From the darkness of the woods, a voice whispered, "You shouldn't be here." They ran. They didn't even pack their things, just bolted for the truck. As they drove off, Jason glanced in the rearview mirror and saw a tall, shadowy figure standing by their abandoned campsite, watching them leave. 2. The man under the bed. Emma was a college student living alone in a small apartment. One night, she came home late and was exhausted. She kicked off her shoes, threw her bag on the chair, and collapsed onto the bed. That's when she noticed something odd. Her closet door was slightly open. She always closed it before leaving. But she told herself it was nothing. She climbed under the blankets and reached for her phone. Just as she unlocked it, a notification popped up from her Bluetooth speaker. It read, "New device connected." Her blood ran cold. The speaker was right under her bed. Someone, was under there. Emma didn't move. Didn't even breathe. Then, ever so slowly, she slid off the bed and sprinted out the door. She ran to a neighbor's apartment and called the police. When they arrived, they found her closet completely empty. But under the bed was a knife. And in the dust near the speaker, a handprint. Whoever had been there had left just before they arrived. And he was never caught. 3. The figure in the hotel room. A businessman named Daniel was staying at a small hotel for a conference. He checked in late, threw his suitcase on the bed, and went to take a shower. As the steam filled the room, he thought he heard something, like the sound of fabric rustling. He turned off the water. Silence. Maybe the air conditioner? He shrugged it off and went back to showering. When he stepped out, though, his suitcase was open. His clothes were thrown on the floor. And worse, his closet door was wide open. But he was alone. Or so he thought. He checked the door. It was still locked from the inside. His window? On the 5th floor. No one could have come in. Still, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. That's when he noticed it. The mirror. There was a smudged handprint on the glass. A perfect imprint of a hand that wasn't his. Daniel didn't sleep that night. And the next morning, when he told the hotel staff, they just looked at each other. And one of them said, "That's impossible. No one has stayed in that room since, well, never mind." Daniel left that afternoon. And never looked back. Final warning. These stories are all different. But they have one thing in common. The victims thought they were alone. But something, or someone, was there all along. So tonight, before you go to bed, check under your bed. Check your closet. And if you ever hear a sound that you can't explain, just remember, you might not be as alone